It's not just variables that can be declared as being static, not just member variables, but methods as well. And if you take a look at a static method, you'll find that it can only access static fields, and you might wonder why that is. Well, if you take a look at this typical call to a non-static method. So what we've got here is two classes, A and B, and in this class B down here we've created two objects, two references to something of type A down here, and created two new objects. So what we've got is an object there and there that these things are pointing to. And of course these objects, they've got an X in each case. And then we go to this bit of code here. If you look at this, if this gets called, what it does is it calls this non-static procedure on class A1. Okay, so this one here, and what that does is all it does is just increment the X. So when this gets called, what happens is that A there gets incremented, not that one there, that one there. It's on A1. Okay, so now if you think about what's going on in terms of the code, in memory you'll have class A and class B here, which are located somewhere in memory and fixed, and these are some objects. Now the question is, when non-static, that's the bit of code here, gets executed, how does it know which X to increment? Because there's two of them here, and in potentially there could be hundreds, an arbitrary number. It doesn't know, just from that, when it's in here, it doesn't know offhand just which of these many, there could be lots of them, objects is going to have its X incremented. And the answer is it knows that because all these calls to non-static procedures have passed into them a pointer to an object, because the only way you can get at a non-static procedure is through a pointer to some object. Yeah, in this case it's A1. Presumably somehow when test A gets called, it will also have to be called via some object of type B, so that will be passed into test A. Not that it matters in this case, but that's what's going to occur. So in here it will have a pointer to the var A1 object. So it'll have a pointer to that, so it'll use that to increment that particular X. And that pointer is called the it's done by the compiler, by the way, and it's called this. And it's available to the programmer. Now, in the case of a static method, there is no object pointer is passed, because in fact there may not even be any objects created, and initially when the system starts up there aren't any objects created at all. So because there are no objects anywhere, you can't pass in a pointer to one. And so what that means is that the only variables that are available for a static procedure to manipulate are those that lie in the class itself. So that's the reason why static methods can only manipulate fields that are static fields, which are class variables inside the class itself. And because you haven't got any objects, you can get to the static method by referring to it via its class name. So you go class name dot followed by the static method and any parameters that get passed into the method. That's how you execute a static method. giving the class name dot followed by the method name.